guys, I wanted to talk about phones and phone plans. This is the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And honestly, I really loved this phone, and I still do technically. It's really good. It's like, it doesn't have any cracks on it. One problem though, the USB-C port, it got dirty quite a few times. So when I use the USB-C port, I can't really transfer files on it. It can barely charge the phone. It's very loose connection, so it disconnects a lot. But luckily this phone has wireless charging, so I can just put this on a wireless charger and it will charge wirelessly. I got this official silicone Samsung case for it, but it's actually going bad. It's actually pretty much broken. Like this part where the buttons are on the side. It's broken. Like this is not supposed to be showing right there. So it's like broken. Like it's not supposed to fold back like that. So the buttons, if I try to lock the phone or something, or use the volume, it doesn't really work anymore. So I need to get a new silicone case, but Samsung is really bad about supporting their older phones. I noticed when I went to Best Buy and Walmart, I could get like OtterBox cases for the S21, S22 Ultra. So this is the S21 Ultra, and they came out with the S22 and the S23 Ultra over the past couple of years. So I paid $899 for this phone with the silicone case and everything in tax. I paid $1,000 for this phone. You know, I paid $1,000 for this phone. And I used to show it off because I was like, wow, look how powerful it is. I can play League of Legends on this phone. I can play all of these mobile games on this phone. But then I bought an iPad Pro with an M1 chip like a year or two ago. And honestly, it could run games at higher frame rates, higher graphics, better frame rate performance. So this phone actually really pissed me off because I realized Apple actually made better portable devices for portable gaming. However, I quickly realized that mobile gaming is a bunch of garbage. It's like pay to win. It's like imbalanced as hell. A lot of times they have you play with bots instead of real people. And I realized I would much rather play video games on a console like a PlayStation 5 or a gaming PC. So I no longer play mobile games. If you look at my channel, you can see I made some mobile gameplay videos with the iPad Pro that I had. I sold the iPad Pro because honestly, it's a piece of garbage. The iPad Pro is a piece of garbage, I'll be honest with you. Get a freaking laptop. Some of you guys tried to defend the iPad Pro. It's garbage. Like, it is so gimped. It is like, get a freaking Windows laptop, not a MacBook Pro. Windows laptop so you can actually play more games than Minecraft. So it's kind of weird that Apple makes really good gaming iPad Pro because games are optimized for it. But PC and console games are superior in every single way. So I realized, like, why do I have an iPad Pro? Like, I was gonna originally draw with it, but then I got a life, you know? I got a life, so I realized I'm not gonna sit there and draw, you know? So anyway, this phone kind of disappointed me because I realized Apple actually made better gaming phones, or at least the iPad that I had was superior than this. Samsung tablets, they came out with Samsung tablets to compete with the iPad, and they have performance problems as well, frame rate drops in like Apex Legends Mobile, for example. So if you want to do online gaming, iPad Pro for a mobile device is actually really powerful, really optimized. But like I said, I realized if you want to play Apex Legends Mobile, it's going gonna team you up with a bunch of bots. So unless you like playing with a bunch of bots, you need to actually play on a video game console or a PC. Otherwise, they're gonna be teaming you up with a bunch of bots. So I realized mobile gaming is garbage. It's pay to win. It's dumbed down. It's trash. So I actually bought this phone because I realized the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pros are the best sounding IEMs, earbuds in the world. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Pros. So I bought my phone based on audio quality because honestly, you know, you could watch movies on this with exceptionally good sounding earbuds. So you basically use this for, like, I should probably do that. I should get Crunchyroll and Netflix and put it on this and like watch movies and stuff. But I have a girlfriend, so, and I work, so I don't really have time, you know, for that. I was literally gonna make videos for this channel all day today, but I was too busy having fun, enjoying Easter, and being with my girlfriend, you know. So, like, I was completely busy the entire day. Until, like, she had work to do, so that now I have time to do this. But what I wanted to talk about is she recently got rid of her old, I think it was an LG phone. And she got this phone. This is the Google Pixel 6a. This is like a $250 phone. And honestly, I was scoffing at this phone. I was like, that's stupid. You know, this is a cheap garbage phone. She installed League of Legends on this, and it ran perfectly fine. She can play League of Legends on her phone, and it runs perfectly fine. I literally was showing this phone off like a year or two ago, saying like, wow, it can play League of Legends, which honestly is one of the few games that's actually worth playing on a mobile device. I was like, wow, this phone is so amazing. It can play League of Legends. Guess what? Her $250 Google Pixel 6a, this is like the cheapest one. They have like a 7a or something, and like, you know, stuff like that. This is the cheaper model. It's only $250. And it can play League of Legends just fine. And it's very snappy. And it's made by Google, if you haven't noticed, which owns Android, I believe. So this phone is optimized without any bloatware, which just, I believe anyway. I haven't rummaged through it, but like, I just tested it for gaming and stuff. But, you know, okay, this phone is owned by Samsung. And for a while, Samsung wanted to create their own web browser, their own camera app, you know, their own photo app, their own apps. Because Samsung wanted to be like Google. Samsung wanted to be like Apple. They wanted to have their own apps. They wanted to have their own operating system. They even came out with Bixby. So instead of saying like, hey Google, you could say, hey Bixby, which is garbage. It's kind of like saying, hey Siri, on like an Apple product. But Bixby, the Samsung apps that they were trying to create are stupid. You know, it's like redundant. It's a bloatware. So you might as well get a Google Pixel 6a that has stock. It's like using Chrome as your web browser. And then they made Chrome open source. And then Microsoft hijacked Chrome and made their own fork, their own version. You know, so you might as well use the official Google Chrome instead of like the open source forks equivalents. It's kind of like this. You might as well use Google because Google owns Android, right? Google makes the Android software. So you can rest assured that a Pixel phone, even though it has budget-minded people in mind, it's optimized to run things like YouTube, Gmail, you know, Google Storage. It's optimized to run Chrome. This phone is exceptionally snappy. It can play video games on it, and it's only $250. bright as hell. The display looks amazing. You know, you don't have to buy the most expensive version. So, this phone, $1,000. This phone, $1,000. You know, this phone, $250. And honest to God, it doesn't have any bloatware. It's optimized for Google services. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's really all I wanted to say. Sometimes you don't need to buy the best. Sometimes you don't need 50 cameras. You know? Like, besides this having wireless charging, you know, I honestly, the Pixel 6a, it's more than good enough. And honestly, lately a lot of my apps on the S21 Ultra have been crashing. Instagram, YouTube, it'll occasionally crash. You know, and I have to reboot it, the app. This is just, wow. A budget phone that runs games. That has everything you need. It's amazing. I'm impressed, honestly. Maybe I'm just bored of this phone. This phone has held me over for a long time, and like I said, the earbuds are amazing. I literally bought this phone based on which phone has the best earbuds. So, do I regret getting this phone? Not really. But I've noticed that some games on this phone do not run that well. You know, they have frame rate problems. It's the same with the Samsung tablets to compete with the iPad Pro. Samsung tablets are not really very optimized for a lot of games. So, as long as you're not a gamer, and as long as you want a really snappy, powerful phone, you know, I was even told, like the other day, that I paid way too much for my phone. I paid way too much for this $1,000 phone. And I scoffed at this $250 phone. But honest to God, it has everything you need, except wireless charging. You know. Yeah. Maybe it's worth getting like the higher end Google Pixel. You know, maybe it has wireless charging. Maybe, you know, this only has a 60 hertz refresh rate. But most stuff that you're consuming, like on YouTube, you can only go as high as 60 FPS. So this has a 60 hertz display, you know, so you can watch videos at 60 frames per second. Admittedly, 90 hertz, 120 hertz looks smoother, I'm not gonna lie. But when you're consuming media that caps out at 60, you know, my industry standard is 1080p 60 FPS. And most people who make YouTube videos is 1080p 60 FPS. I think this actually has a 4K camera and a 4K display. Because I actually recorded some League of Legends gameplay on this, and it was in 4K. And I was like, what the hell? I don't need all that. I want this phone to be at 1080p. Yeah, I said it. I want it to be at 1080p. Kinda. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Next phone I buy, it's probably going to be a Google Pixel, to be honest with you. Because $1,000 for what? Wireless charging and a bunch of bloatware. Like, I'm kind of like, what the hell? You know. I don't even play mobile games. It's kind of like when I bought that Alienware gaming computer for like $3,000. And it would overheat. And I couldn't even play Fortnite at 4K resolution, and it only came with 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Not even 32. I was just like, I paid $3,000 and I cannot play Fortnite at 4K without it overheating and